This is Azealia Banks on November 6th, feeling very proud of herself that she voted for Donald Trump. This is Azealia Banks 2 days ago saying, okay, I think it's time for everyone who voted for Trump to admit that we made a fucking mess. Like, this is an absolute disaster. This was her 6 months ago. Not even 6 months ago. I really don't understand the demographic of people that voted for a Democratic senator but still voted for Donald Trump. Like, how did Sherrod Brown, how? That means that you fundamentally, you know in your heart of hearts that there needs to be checks and balances in the government. And you know in your heart of hearts that, like, you know, Donald Trump's not going to be the end-all be-all. So I'll put in a little Democratic senator just to keep a little eye on him. Except these senators aren't doing shit. They're just sitting there, scared, and still not doing anything. I'm going to play this video of Lisa Murkowski. But first, this was Azealia Banks. Like, she's crazy. I just want to clarify that. Like, I think she's crazy. But this was so thought out because she posted this entire explanation as to why she's voting for Kamala Harris. First of all, for as stupid and incoherent Kamala Harris is, girl, what the fuck? We have a president who is currently trying to invade Greenland, take over the Panama Canal, invade Canada and make it the 51st state. He's voting with North Korea and Russia on UN resolutions, even when China is abstaining. Put in place tariffs, revoke them because he got concessions, then put them in again, and then revoke them again because they got concessions. Basically turned the stock market into his meme coin, which, by the way, did a fucking meme coin, did a pump and dump meme coin scheme right before the election, made how many billions of dollars? Not even just him, it was Eric, fucking Kai Trump, Don Jr.'s daughter, had a meme coin that was making money. None of that is stupid and incoherent. Selling $1,000 watches that you can purchase in Bitcoin, that's not stupid or incoherent. Having a schizophrenic trade policy where the entire world is globally reordering itself without the United States now. Canada doesn't see us as an ally anymore. Do you know how fucking crazy that is? That 2/3 of Canada doesn't see us as an ally right now? That's not stupid and incoherent, no. Kamala Harris and her coconut tree, fucking retard, what was I thinking? As trash as Walz is, and despite the fact that Kamala Harris is the only Democratic nominee to not have actively campaigned in the primary, quote, the most undemocratic shit ever, and really says a lot about her supporters' lack of common sense. I will never forgive the Democrats for not doing some type of, even if it was just for show, just something so that people would shut the fuck up about this, because it really wasn't that undemocratic. If you look at the facts, we voted for her. We voted for her in 2020. And then in the primaries, did you think that Biden was gonna swap out his vice president? Like, she was on the ballot. The idea that it was the most undemocratic thing, that she was just plucked in out of nowhere and dropped in when she was nominated, elected already, was the natural successor. I think she should have been able to throw Joe Biden under the bus. I don't understand why he gave her that caveat. I don't understand why he inhibited her like that because of his fucking ego. But it was certainly not undemocratic. And this is coming from the party that literally primaried Republican moderates so that they could get their own sycophants put into power. Like, that's not undemocratic. Funding insane amounts of money into campaigns to put sycophants into positions of power, buying seats, buying elections, trying to buy the Wisconsin special election. No, it's undemocratic that Kamala went in. I really think keeping Elon Musk away from any type of political power in the USA is tantamount to any issue on the table here. Snaps around the class for tantamount. You have to be a complete idiot to think that the dirtbag cares about anyone or anything other than himself. True, he's already been given way too much taxpayer money. True, allowing him to ascend to any position of political authority is very fucking dangerous. True, one does not become the richest man in the world because of honesty and good character, lol. You must be an expert liar, thief, and cheater to become that. True, Elon Musk didn't do anything to get to where he is today. He was fucking lucky. That sick fuck just used government subsidies and took over other people's ideas and just ordered people around. He's not actually a genius. He's not a visionary. He's just autistic. And even that's debatable. That man kidnaps his children. His legion of children now. The party of family values has a man at the very head of it who just wants to create a legion of children, not have any type of relationship with them. He doesn't give a fuck about them. He wants to just pay them off and just have his seed everywhere. Took photos of Grimes getting sliced open during her C-section and sent them around. Does a shit ton of grimy fucked up shit to Tesla factory workers. Stole PayPal, weaseled his way into Tesla, and has too many passports for my liking. Trump choosing zombie-ass RFK to be the health minister, or whatever the fuck is gross and stupid as fuck. And he keeps making the mistake of fucking with China. Like, dude, China is the oldest imperial nation on the planet. They have 5,000 years of imperialism. Okay, this is just strangely hawkish towards China, all right? Furthermore, the notion that the DNC flew in a bunch of illegal aliens simply for votes is actual stupidity. First off, this current migrant situation, yes, it's bad now, but even Elon's stupid ass isn't smart enough to realize what that's for. The DNC doesn't need to import people to win an election. They can and will just steal it like they did in 2020. Wait, what? Who'd we steal it from? Bernie? Yeah, okay. So she goes on and on and on and on. Slightly unhinged. Hating on both sides, yes. But in the end, she weighs it out and says, in conclusion, I will be voting for Kamala Harris tomorrow because Elon Musk, a fucking overrated ketamine addict, belongs nowhere near American politics. The end. And then I lied. I voted for Trump yesterday. And then she tweeted at Trump and said, please get the USPS to lower their international shipping rates. I lost a lot of business during the Biden years. Do you think she's doing better or worse with the tariffs? Y'all acting mad now, but all of y'all need Trump's tax policies. Just leave out the Chinese tariffs thing. You will hurt people a lot more than help them with that. You know, the tariffs thing is honestly the most pathetic cope that I've seen from Republicans. You guys spent the entire fucking election, don't even try and tell me that you didn't, spent the entire election calling us crazy. He's not actually going to do the tariffs. It's a negotiating tactic. It's the art of the deal. He's not actually going to do the tariffs. He's not actually going to do the tariffs. I fucking wish he did. I fucking wish he went in on day one and said, these are my 25% across the board tariffs, flat, done, fuck everyone. Because you know what? It would have been consistent and people would have known what to expect. Instead, he took the most pathetic pussy route possible. Going in, going out, going in, going out, where to the point where his officials are literally sitting in congressional hearings, getting deposed on, you know, are the tariffs going to be staying or are they actually just a negotiating tactic? No, Senator, I pinky promise they are going to be saying, okay, 2 hours ago, Donald Trump just pulled the tariffs. What the fuck is up with that? The cope that Republicans were giving themselves, oh no, it's just a tactic. It's just a tactic. He'll get rid of them. He's not actually going to start an economic war. Do you know how many fucking Trump supporters I've spoken to now that are like, you know, I honestly don't have any clue what he's doing with the tariffs, but he has a plan. He knows what he's doing. He has a plan. This video is honestly me just ranting a lot about Trump supporters that are refusing to take accountability for any of the actions that have led us to here. Like, I don't know, voting. I think it's just the fact that 1/5 of Americans is illiterate and no one paid attention to any type of reading comprehension in high school. So no one knows how to digest information and analyze it and, you know, weed through it all. There's also some fundamental issues with the way that the American Democratic Republic is set up, just with democracy in general. If only there was a position that served the purpose of checking the president. If only there was another branch of the government that could, I don't know, remove the president if the president was acting contrary to his oath to protect the country. If only. Anyways, here's a Republican senator who obviously can't do anything, just complaining about how we can't do anything.
We're in a time and a place where I don't know. I certainly have not been here before. And I'll tell you, I'm oftentimes very anxious myself about using my voice, because retaliation is real, and that's not right.
I don't mean to sound insensitive. I understand that these Republican senators have families and that they're probably very fearful because of the position that they're in. I don't understand why the fuck you would put yourself in that position if you weren't going to actually do what you were elected to do. So I don't have any sympathy for that. As a representative, you are elected by the people in your district, okay? If Donald Trump is enacting tariffs that hurt the factory workers in your district, if Donald Trump is pulling federal funding to the schools, the less affluent schools and the redneck hicks in your district, how fucking dare you do nothing to stop it? When that's your literal job, is to protect the people in your district. But no. What are we gonna do? We're gonna insider trade because this fucking stock market is a shit show. We're gonna make millions in total, fucking doing market manipulation, getting tax cuts. Why the fuck? Why should I feel bad for you? It's very black-pilled. The fear of retaliation is only valid if you don't have like anything to defend yourself with. If you're like completely defenseless, hands down, fucking hogtied. You could impeach him. You could start trying to impeach him. You could start stalling. You could start talking to other representatives and other senators that are also getting yelled at in their town halls, that are also hearing horrid feedback from their constituents. You could talk about the fact that Florida in the special election just flipped like 13 fucking points. I understand if you're a Republican senator and you want to move up the ranks in your Republican caucus and become a Republican official, that's fine. But if you're scared of what this administration is doing and you want to protect your constituents and, I don't know, the American experiment, I feel like there's only one party that's doing that. And if you're scared of your own party, you should just fucking leave the party. And that would only need to happen like 3 or 4 times and we could impeach him. Like, oh, I'm getting giddy thinking about it. Like, just imagine if every time a Republican senator was like, I'm scared of Donald Trump. I don't like what's going on here. I don't like what he's doing and I'm taking a stand against him. Imagine if they just went full balls deep and said, I'm becoming a Democrat now and I'm not voting with the Republican Party until I get these concessions. You don't even have to fully cuck out and become a Democrat. You could just say, I'm protecting my constituents. My constituents don't want this, so I'm not voting in favor of the Republican agenda because it goes against what my constituents want. That's fine. That's warranted. That's normal. No, instead we have a chamber filled with absolute fucking fuckwad, dimwits, Neanderthalic brain dead, pusillanimous people.
Pusillanimous. Pusillanimous.
Word of the day.